Hi, my name is ColdBeer and let's start with Dungeons of Hinterberg. Let's begin with the fact that on Steam it has more than 90% positive reviews, so it is fair to say that this is a hidden gem. Here you will escape from the infinite wheel of corporate life to go on a dungeon exploring vacation. It looks like a simple story game with around 7 hours of gameplay, but in reality the game is way bigger than that. To complete Dungeons of Hinterberg it will take you around 18 hours, so whether you are snowboarding down a glacier, climbing mountains, or taking in the lakeside scenery, there is always much more to explore. The biggest downside is that it is absolutely unsuitable for people who get motion sickness easily, and players are saying that this is a cozy dungeon crawler even for people who don't like cozy games, and the art direction is 10 out of 10. They did a wonderful job. New cycle. Here, after an apocalyptic series of solar flares, human society has been thrown into chaos. You will have to establish a settlement and develop it all the way from humble beginnings to industrial metropolis. In other words, you are responsible for bringing civilization back and not letting smart beavers take control of the earth. Don't worry, that is another game, no beavers here. If you manage to achieve success, that is. The game will challenge you with sandstorms, shortages, wildfires and other disasters, so be prepared and always ready to act quickly if you want your puny village to grow into a glorious ColdBeeristan. Although nature is not your only enemy here. Refugee crisis, unrest, disease outbreaks, this list of what can go wrong is very long. So there is a huge chance that you will fail miserably. Terrible fate awaits you, doom and gloom and other scary words. Sumerian 6. In this real-time tactical adventure, you will embark on a journey across multiple continents during the Second World War. You will dispose of your enemies by using each team member's unique set of abilities and save the world in the process, or not. As you delve deeper into the sinister Nazi plot, you'll encounter occult scientific weapons and ancient Sumerian artifacts, able to shift the tides of the Second World War into a not-so-nice direction. You know, a grim future awaits you should the Nazis be victorious. So do your best to prevent that dark timeline from coming true. So because simple Nazis just lost the war in our timeline, here you will encounter something way more evil.
More evil than Nazis? You sure?
Good point. Not more evil, but more powerful. Heavily armed, mutated and supernaturally charged forces will be thrown against you and will put your strategic abilities and dexterity to the ultimate test. So if you like alternative history, stealth, adventure and Nazis, no, that sounds wrong. If you like alternative history, stealth, adventure and stories involving Nazis, the game is definitely for you. Art of Rally. This is a beautiful racing game. The word art in its name is not just a coincidence. The game looks original and fun. Here you will race across the world through colorful and stylized environments and compete for the first place in the leaderboards with daily and weekly challenges. Here you will experience the golden era of rally in career mode, traveling across 78 stages from Finland to Sardinia, Norway, Japan, Germany, Kenya, Indonesia and ColdBeeristan. Well, maybe not all of these, but I can't remember which one isn't included. The models of cars are all vintage and range from 60s to 80s. In total, more than 50 different cars. To be honest, you don't need to be a fan of racing, this game is literally for everyone. I played the demo a long time ago and even if racing games are usually not my spoon of potato salad, I had tons of fun. Also, the review score on Steam is very high, above 90%.
Crazy high.
Well, not as high as Seth Rogen. Lies of P. In this Souls-like game, you are a puppet who's caught in a web of lies with monsters and untrustworthy figures. You are awakened by a mysterious voice that guides you through a plagued city of Krat, a once lively place that has been poisoned by madness and bloodlust. If this description reminds you of your ex, then all good, you are half ready for the adventure. Here you will develop a unique combat style to counter your enemies by weaving together dynamic weapon combinations and activating new abilities. Lies of P is a reimagined fairy tale of Pinocchio, reinterpreted as a dark, grim narrative. You know, a Pinocchio for adults. When you lie, it's not the nose that's growing. If you add another P to the name of the game, you will understand what I have in mind. No, really, nothing like that, it's a joke. I played the demo version of the game and all I gathered was, again, that I suck at Souls-like games and I shouldn't even touch them. If you are like me, avoid this title. Few hits from big enemies and you are dead, and you will have to replay the whole chapter again. If that doesn't scare you, keep in mind that the game has around 90% of the positive review score and is probably a thing you want to try. Outer Wilds. This is one of the best indie games you can find in general. It was named Game of the Year by Giant Bomb, Polygon, Eurogamer and The Guardian, so that alone should grab your attention. If it grabs something else, call the police. Or grab back, I don't judge. Here you are, the newest recruit of Outer Wilds Ventures, a space program searching for answers in a strange, constantly evolving solar system. You will have to gather wisdom for the glory of your nation, because you are the one responsible for exploring outer space. When I played the game, I flew directly towards the sun and died, so believe you me, controlling this spaceship is one of the hardest things you will ever do. Well, I'm probably exaggerating a bit, but it is as difficult as it is fun as well. The spaceship is very responsive, so during your adventures you will have to find out what lurks in the heart of the ominous Dark Bramble, who built the alien city on the moon. Well, obviously aliens, but you know what I mean. Can the endless time loop be stopped, and why is potato salad so delicious? Answers await you in the most dangerous reaches of space. Game has overwhelmingly positive reviews on Steam, so you can't be wrong with this one. Aliens Fireteam Elite. Have you ever wanted to be a protagonist in the Alien movie? Well, I doubt that, I really do. And if yes, what is wrong with you? Anyway, here, after so many fear-infused hours in alien isolation, you can finally get some revenge on these terrifying creatures. You will kill hundreds of them, so it's nothing like the movies. Although it's really fun to play if you have a friend or two. You can play in single player as well, but I assure you that if you want full experience, you will have to find some friends. I know that may be mission impossible, but you can try anyway. You don't need real friends, all you need is some Discord channel with the same-minded people. So here you'll be exploring some friendly planet filled with friendly fauna and live in harmony all together. Except you don't. This game is a carnage where you will have to battle through hordes of different types of xenomorph, customize your character and gear, and level up as you try to contain this ever-growing threat. I especially like the diversity of enemies in this game. They really took their time to create some nasty monsters. The game itself is basically Left 4 Dead just with aliens. I think it's great, and 81% of Steam reviews are also positive. CryoFall. This is a sci-fi colony simulation survival game set on a forgotten planet in a distant future. You will join the world together with other survivors to rebuild your civilization from scratch. Start with primitive technology and simple tools, and use them to progress towards modern industrial might and even beyond, eventually reaching space-age technology only seen in science fiction. So it's a science fiction game where you seek to achieve some science fiction. CryoFall can be played either as a relaxed player versus environment experience with no competition, or as a brutal and unforgiving PvP. Make your choice and join one of the many available servers with different game modes, or host your own and invite your friends to join you. However, it's important to keep in mind that CryoFall is not for the faint of heart. The unforgiving environment can be brutal, and you might find yourself in situations where even a tardigrade would be jealous of your survival skills. Death's Door. Here you control a crow, some kind of bird Grim Reaper. Suddenly your assigned soul is stolen, and you must track down a desperate thief to a realm untouched by death, where creatures grow far past their expiry date and overflow with greed and power. Well, this place sounds like a parliament of every country. You will have a vast array of melee weapons, various arrows and powerful magic to overcome a fantastic bunch of beasts and demigods. The land is full of twisted inhabitants and countless secrets, just like Parliament. Anyway, here you'll experience a somber yet darkly comedic tale, uncovering the secrets beyond the flaw of souls, the role of the crows, and the origin of the Potato Salad Man himself. Well, probably not the latter, I'm just kidding.
Or am I?
Shadow Tactics: Aiko's Choice. The game is a standalone expansion of the Shadow Tactics franchise, meaning that you are not required to have the main game to play it, and that Aiko's Choice is a full game with no strings attached. It is set in Japan around the early Edo period. Aiko's Choice is a stealth strategy where the main protagonist is a master of camouflage and distracts enemies disguised as a geisha. But it's not the only character you will be able to control. An agile ninja, mighty samurai, young thief, wise marksman, and perverted penis doctor joins your cause as well. Well, maybe not the latter, but you never know who is gonna jump to your aid unexpectedly. Sir Whoopass, Immortal Death. Here you are, Sir Whoopass, a valiant knight with a heart of gold, and also the accidental architect of absolute anarchy and chaos in a once perfect world. Through a series of poor life choices, you managed to screw everything up, and now it's up to you to fix things by defeating your arch-nemesis. Also, the quest for the legendary villain-beating artifact will take you across the world of Weird Wood. Yeah, the name is perfect. And you will wander through the forests, delve into the swampy caves, and explore various musty places in your way for glory. Or failure, I don't judge. Along the way you will find various treasures, buried secrets, and will learn why your mama is bigger than mine. Well, maybe not the latter, that is a secret universe will keep for itself, no offense. People are saying that the game is some weird mix between Magicka, Dark Souls, Serious Sam, and your dad jokes. Game has a very positive review score and is hungry for your sweet loving touch.
You touch my tra-la-la.
My ding ding dong.
Paradise Killer. On Steam it has above 90% of positive reviews, so that should keep your attention. This game is set on an island outside of reality and revolves around a rogue human civilization hoping to resurrect the dead alien gods. That already sounds crazy, but the gameplay and the story somehow makes sense and is truly captivating. The game was nominated as the best adventure of the year by PC Gamer, got 9 out of 10 from IGN, and is a true gem for everyone hungry for amazing story-rich game. People are saying that this is one of these games which you would want to forget, and in a good sense. If the mind eraser was already invented, this would be one of the most popular things to erase from your memory so you could play it again. Plague Tale Requiem. After escaping your devastated homeland, you will travel far south to new regions and various forsaken cities. There you attempt to start a new life and control Hugo's curse. Yeah, the kid is cursed, but you, instead of dropping him into the ocean and forgetting which ocean it was, you travel with him. You know, no Hugo, no problems, but you chose problems. So everything that happens from now on is basically your fault. So when Hugo's powers reawaken, oh surprise, surprise, death and destruction return in a flood of devouring rats you probably all know from the first part of this beautiful game. Forced to flee once more, you place your hopes in a prophesized island that may hold the key to saving Hugo. The game will let you know the price of saving those you love in a desperate struggle for survival, and you ain't gonna like it. You will strike from the shadows or unleash hell, overcoming foes and challenges with a variety of weapons, tools, and unearthly powers. People on Steam are talking that this game will make you cry, mostly because of the story, but a tear or two will also drop when you realize that the game is super slow and your movement speed is even slower. Despite that, Plague Tale Requiem has about 90% of positive reviews, and if you like story-rich adventure games, it's a must-play sooner or later. Hitman World of Assassination. This is probably the best Hitman experience possible nowadays. Here you'll visit more than 20 different locations, unlock new gear, travel a living and breathing world filled with intriguing characters and lethal opportunities. With this bundle you will get Hitman 3 game, with 6 DLCs, VR mode, and access to all Hitman 1 and Hitman 2 missions. People on Steam are saying that this is an amazing experience, very sandbox-ish, and will provide many hours of fun, although it has one big flaw. You know, every witness asked about
"Have you seen anything strange?"
will tell you about a tall, bald man with a barcode tattoo. Most of the time the tattoo is visible for everyone. It's really dumb. Honestly, have you seen anything stranger this week? If yes, share in the comments. Spill your tea. Doors Paradox. Have you ever played the game named The Room? This is basically the same. You'll try to search for clues, click on things, unlock various drawers, attach pipes, melt uranium, and do many other crazy things in order to unlock the doors to the next level, which will contain more doors. Yeah, here you'll find 58 door puzzles, set in 13 unique realms. The puzzles are not very hard. I played the demo, you can also try it on Steam for free, and I don't think I was seriously stuck in any place. But I have to warn you, the game is actually addictive. I just wanted to solve one door to make an impression about the game, but I spent an hour or so solving puzzle after a puzzle. Game is really satisfying and well made. Asterigos, Curse of the Stars. In this high fantasy world you will discover the long-forgotten secrets, interesting battle encounters, interconnected maps full of places to explore, and an immersive story where every choice matters. The game is really fun if you like light Souls-like battles and can enjoy a bit of cartoony graphics, but not everything is nice. Game has no map, like at all, so you will have to remember all the places in your head. That of course creates another level of immersiveness because you will have to use your actual navigational senses you usually never use in games. But do we actually want that? I don't think so. Anyway, if you decide to obtain it, the game will take about 30 hours from your boring life. Black Skylands. This is a steampunk experience that combines elements of open world, sandbox, top-down shooter and action-adventure games. Here you'll become a skilled and valiant young sky marshal, fighting to protect your people from the invading bad guys. You will take command of your own airship and embark on a journey through a world of boundless skies. Gather resources to craft powerful weapons, upgrade your ship to new heights, unearth ancient secrets and engage in beautiful battles. When I played the alpha or demo version of this game a few years ago, I was really impressed by the style of the game. It surely draws inspiration from Hayao Miyazaki and his creations. Also, do yourself a favor and prepare for yourself some Abney Park, Steam Powered Giraffe and other soundtracks from steampunk bands. This way you can truly elevate your experience with Black Skylands, that's for sure. ASTRONEER. Game is set during the 25th century intergalactic age of discovery. Here astroneers explore the frontiers of outer space, risking their lives in harsh environments to unearth rare discoveries and unlock the mysteries of the universe itself. In this space sandbox adventure you can work together with other players to build custom bases above or below the ground, create vehicles to explore a vast solar system, and use terrain to create anything you can imagine. So basically you are invading beautiful planets with beautiful nature and making an industrial hell out of them. Yeah, screw nature, the galaxy is full of it. People on Steam are saying that here you are your own worst enemy. You will fall off the cliffs, touch deadly plants and forget something at your base that is half a galaxy away. Yeah, anyway, very positive reviews are here for a reason. Almost everyone loves the game and there is a huge chance that you will love it as well. Blacksad. This is a gloomy game set in a New York City of the 1950s in a world of anthropomorphic animals. You will play as Blacksad, a private detective, and will have to untangle the secrets of a mysterious disappearance. This sinister case will take you to the darkest, most dismal depths of New York, where you will immerse yourself in a eerily dark adventure. Game is based on comic books, but if you don't know them, it's not a problem. It's probably even better to not have any untimely bias. People on Steam are saying that this is a very interesting game with a satisfying deduction mechanic, probably one of the best among other detective games. Although keep in mind that the game is short, it will take you about 9 hours to finish it. REVEIL. This is a narrative first-person psycho thriller focusing on puzzles and exploration. So basically this is a very nicely done walking simulator, you know, with horror vibes, so not as boring as you may expect. The story begins with you waking up. You are disoriented, your head hurts. Well, honestly, a lot of us have the same problem the main protagonist has. It's called alcoholism. But surprisingly this time it's not it. You are trapped into a surreal, mysterious place where everything looks familiar but you don't know why. As things get crazier and more bizarre, the lines between reality, memory and imagination become more and more blurred. So your only way out is to solve everything. Be sure you have an IQ a bit higher than room temperature. Game has strong, very positive review score, so if you like games like that, this may be a wonderful hidden spoon of potato salad for you. Siege Survival, Gloria Victis. Here your country is invaded and your city is under a brutal siege. A small group of civilians are trapped in the only remaining stronghold. They are the last source of hope for the defending troops hanging on for their life. You might not be fighting the invaders yourself, but the fate of the city lies in your hands. You know, you are the manager. Without you, everything will succumb to chaos. You need better weapons, a roof over your head, hot food and all the other things for, you know, existing. And the only way you'll get these is if you and your team craft them, but resources are limited and you'll need to sustain both soldiers and civilians. Maintaining this balance is not the job for the faint-hearted, believe you me. So you will have to find ways to preserve your potato salad, develop your infrastructure and use your supplies more efficiently. Main story will only take around 8 hours to beat, but if you want to unlock all the achievements, it will take you around 10 times more. People are saying that the game reminds them of the famous This War of Mine, and that is never a bad thing. Black Skylands. This is a steampunk experience that combines elements of open world, sandbox, top-down shooter and action-adventure games. Here you'll become a skilled and valiant young sky marshal, fighting to protect your people from the invading bad guys. You will take command of your own airship and embark on a journey through a world of boundless skies. Gather resources to craft powerful weapons, upgrade your ship to new heights, unearth ancient secrets and engage in beautiful battles. When I played the alpha or demo version of this game a few years ago, I was really impressed by the style of the game. It surely draws inspiration from Hayao Miyazaki and his creations. Also, do yourself a favor and prepare for yourself some Abney Park, Steam Powered Giraffe and other soundtracks from steampunk bands. This way you can truly elevate your experience with Black Skylands, that's for sure. In other waters. This is one of the coolest indie games I have stumbled on recently. Story begins when Ellery is called to the planet Gliese, only to arrive at an abandoned base. She finds herself adrift in an ocean of secrets with little more than a malfunctioning diving suit and a strange AI to guide her. And you play not as an Ellery, as you already assumed, but as this AI. How the turns have tabled, huh? So you have to guide Ellery and keep her safe as you dive deeper and explore an underwater alien landscape. The planet's unique life and its dark history are yours to uncover, and the bond between you and Ellery will be tested by the secrets you learn. People are talking that this game floats somewhere between an art project, a work of fiction, and an experiment in minimalist UI design. I absolutely agree, and I will add the fact that this game is awesome, and if you like stuff like that, you should definitely try it out. Rain World. Here you are a slug cat. The world around you is full of danger and you must face it alone. Separated from your family in a devastating flood, you must hunt for food and shelter between terrifying torrential flows that threaten to drown all life. So you dream about being not a slug cat but a fish cat instead, but here your dreams, just like in real life, never become a reality. You will climb through the ruins of an ancient civilization, evade the jaws of vicious predators, and discover lands teeming with strange creatures and buried mysteries. And of course, find your family before death finds you. And it would be all nice and all, but I can see a Souls-like among the tags of the game. So be assured, be absolutely 100% warranted that death will find you. Not once, not twice, not 3 times, not, well, you know what I mean. People on Steam are talking that Rain World has a very steep learning curve, but once you've mastered it, you start to feel unstoppable. Also, about 90% of positive review score is not a joke. U-boat. This is a simulator of a submarine from the Second World War era, yet it is different from other more action-oriented games. U-boat is a survival sandbox with crew management mechanics, while its primary theme is life of German sailors. The boat is their home, but it can become their grave at any time. The game is influenced by Fallout Shelter, XCOM and also the movie Das Boot. They even use the same decals for the submarine as seen in the movie. So here you'll have to control the crew in order to control your boat. You will look after their mental and physical health, make sure the sailors won't become angry or tired. If their spirit is low, there is a chance of whining, bad morale and even a skirmish. So as real Germans back then would say,
yeah, so take care of them and make Hitler proud, ja, by sinking those ships of capitalist America, ja, Bier mit Sauerkraut, ja, wunderbar.
Serial Cleaner. Have you ever wanted to clean a crime scene? Yeah, I thought so, I'm not so eager as well. But this game lets us dive into this grim and, by the way, very well paid job. Maybe after playing you will reconsider your career choices. By the way, it's not some official job. Oh no, you work for the mafia and clean crime scenes for them. See, I said that this job is well paid. A good cleaner never gets caught, so you have to make sure you get in, clean up and get out without leaving a trace of evidence for the police to find. The game features a funky 70s inspired soundtrack, real-world data to modify levels according to the current time of day and your whereabouts, full story campaign and even challenge modes. People on Steam are saying that this is simple and chill game with very unique style, although be prepared to rage a little when you will get caught right before finishing the mission. A short hike. On Steam it has 99% of positive reviews. Yeah, this looks like some kind of a miracle. Games with such ratings do not exist. You know, just like elves or politicians who don't lie. Well, honestly, elves are more common than politicians who don't lie, and games with this rating are even rarer. So this is a gem without a doubt. Here you can hike and climb through the peaceful mountainside landscapes, follow the marked trails or explore the backcountry as you make your way to the summit. Along the way meet other hikers and discover hidden treasures. People who play the game are saying that a short hike is like Breath of the Wild crossbred with Animal Crossing, and the only bad thing about this game is that it ends. And it ends really quickly. About 1.5 hours of your life will be made better by this game. But judging by the playtime of casual gamers, I can see that 9 hours of gameplay is quite a casual time. That can only mean one thing: people are playing the game more than once, more than twice, more than 3 times, more than... well, you get the point, I hope. A masterpiece, no doubt. And now, thank you for watching, have a nice day, and... you know, subscribe or something. Bye.